What's up, YouTube? Chad here from their beer review to BJCP Specs. Going back to 3A Czech Pale Lager. This is a beer I got, well, not in trade and not a donation, but I basically paid somebody in the Czech Republic to send this to me. This is this beer. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it. Let's get into the specs. 3A Czech Pale Lager. Overall impression: a lighter-bodied, rich, refreshing, hoppy, bitter pale Czech lager, having the familiar flavors of the stronger Czech premium pale lager, Pilsner type, beer, but in a lower alcohol, lighter bodied, and slightly less intense form. So basically, it's a Czech Pilsner light. Comments very short. The Czech name of the style is that. History, you can read that on yourself. Evan Rail, I know that guy. Follow him on Twitter. Characters, ingredients: soft water with low sulfate and carbonate content. Again, watch my video on water if you don't know what that means. Saz type hops, Czech Pilsner malt, Czech lager yeast, low ion water. Style comparisons: a lighter body, lower intensity, refreshing everyday version of the Czech premium pale lager. So, you know, vitals, 2035, you know, it's pretty bitter, I guess, considering it's such a light beer. 3 to 6 SRM, should be a light colored beer. 3 to 4.1% ABV, definitely session beer. So, let's go pour this and we'll get back to drinking. Well, it smells good. You know, it's something I was kind of worried is that this can was old. It has an expiration of 04/2018 on it. So I assumed it was canned in 04/2017, but going by the aroma, I mean, it's very fresh. Get a lot of like kind of that graham cracker malt, that kind of sweet, you know, just 2-row Pilsner malt. Sweet, maybe like a touch of butter, which we'll see in a second is actually okay. Definitely getting a little bit of the spicy, peppery, you know, they say Saz type hops as the character's ingredients. So I mean, it smells a lot like a Pilsner 𝓬𝗏𝓬 or something like that. Like as far as aroma goes, I'm smelling this and I'm not. There's something about it that's striking me as being like a really low alcohol beer. I mean, it smells pretty good. Let's check the specs. Aroma: light to moderate, bready rich malt combined with light to moderate spicy or herbal hop bouquet. I agree with all of that. The balance between the malt and hops may vary. Faint hint of caramel is acceptable. That might be that kind of like buttery thing I was getting. Light but never intense diacetyl and light fruity hop-derived esters are acceptable, but need not be present. No sulfur. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna go be kind of generous. I'm gonna go 10 out of 12 on aroma there. And bear in mind that this is my first time having this style that I know of, so you don't really have much frame of reference. Appearance, well, I mean, classic, you know, European lager, gold. This is definitely darker than most. This is probably about a 5 or 7 SRM. Yeah, 5 to 7. Definitely not a 9. Yeah, 5 to 7. Very clear. Not as bubbly as most. Had about a 2-finger head when I poured it. We'll see if that sticks around. Let's check the specs. Appearance: light gold to deep gold color. True. Brilliant to very clear. True. With a long-lasting creamy white head. Well, we'll see if it's long-lasting. It's more foam than cream, but you know, I'll give it a 3 for now, and if that head dissipates, we'll come back and bump it down to a 2. So for flavor, best part. I don't know what the cheers is in Czech, but cheers. That's good. The first thing that hit me, like as soon as it hit my tongue, was like, wow, that's sweet. And I definitely can taste like a little bit of a diacetyl. But in this case, it's not bad at all. I mean, it's not like some nasty, you know, like somebody's homebrew and they used like ringwood yeast or they just like bottled it like way too early. This is this kind of subtle diacetyl, but a lot of that sweetness is from the natural malt character on there. I can tell. If you ever had a Pilsner 𝓬𝗏𝓬, that's my frame of reference for this. And in fact, it's almost as flavorful as a Pilsner 𝓬𝗏𝓬 or beer of that style. Just a lot of graham cracker. I mean, not cinnamon, but definitely like graham cracker. Get a little bit of, you know, faint, a little bit of peppery hops right as it finishes. So, you know, I think the hops had probably faded. I'd be curious to see what they, you know, how strong and intense they are when they're fresh, but I can still pick them up there. So IBUs is pretty low on this one. You know, but there is some bitterness there, but you get it like right on the finish. I mean, otherwise there's like really, really subtle, kind of lingering, peppery, spicy hop flavor in the background. I like it. This is a really good lager. And it's only 4.1 ABV. I could drink a lot of this. I don't know if I'd say it's like delicious, but it's definitely delectable. And I have a feeling that this is going to represent the specs really well. So let's check the specs. Flavor: medium low to medium bready rich malt flavor. I agree with that. With a rounded hoppy finish. Yeah, true. Low to medium high spicy or herbal hop flavor. Yeah, for the most part, true. Bitterness is prominent but never harsh. True. Flavorful and refreshing. True. Diacetyl or fruity esters are acceptable at low levels but need not be present and should never be overbearing. I agree with all of that. I mean, I think the hops have dropped a little, and when they say medium low, medium bready rich, yeah, I definitely call it medium. Maybe like it's a little bit higher than normal because the hops have dropped. It's a little old, and you might have like a little bit of oxidation in there, which might accentuate the diacetyl and the sweetness. So maybe I'm getting a little bit of kind of a oxidation kind of sweetness in there. So, yeah, I think that's. I mean, I'm saying this is like really, definitely conforming to the style guidelines. So I'm gonna say. I think I'm going to say like 17 or 18. How about 18? Why not? I might even give this beer might be a full 10. I'm not sure. Mouthfeel. Even though it's a light beer, only 4.1 ABV, it's not paper thin. It's actually, I'd probably call it like a medium light body. And the carbonation's like a little low. I thought this was going to be like really super crisp and spastic. Very smooth, kind of crisp, clean, dry finish. A little bit of sweetness right as it finishes, but otherwise it's a clean finish. 4.1 ABV. Yeah, I mean, I could suck down a bunch of these. Man, I wish we could get this in America. Well, actually, I guess the closest you can get is Notch Brewing out of Boston. I think they make a lot of Czech lager style beers. So let's check the specs on mouthfeel. Medium light to medium body. Okay. Moderate carbonation. Okay. Yeah, I mean, medium light body, moderate carbonation. Yeah, it's right there. I'll go 4 out of 5 on mouthfeel. Overall, I'm gonna go the full 10 out of 10. I'm just gonna bring that up to a 45 out of 50, which that's like a low 10 on my scale. I'd probably say it's about a 9. It's a really easy to drink, really flavorful, considering that it's so light in alcohol. Like this, when I think like great session beer, like this is what I would want. I wish I could homebrew something like this, but I can't really. I don't have the ability to do lagers here, but yeah, I mean, if you can homebrew something like this, be that light in alcohol and that flavorful, that drinkable, man, that's awesome. I wish more American breweries would do light, flavorful, tasty light beers like this. So, yeah, this beer, really like it. Thanks again to Max for sending it to me. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a world-class example of the style. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.